Yeah, my name is Fredericka Deare. I'm the coordinator for the Women Gender Water Network out of the Institute for Gender and Development Studies. Our focus is gender and water, basically.
Excellent. And this mirrors your personal research interest, or do you have additional interests in terms of research?
Well, my interest is the environment, environmental management, gender and the environment, basically.
Right. Excellent. Yeah. Now, in terms, so you will consider yourself an environmentalist, a feminist?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, for the most
like
part.
One of the presenters said he's not sure he's a feminist, but he's not by theory but practice. He's a practical feminist.
All right.
That is what
That's how you see yourself.
Yeah.
How do you, in your experience working on this project, how do you see transformations taking place because of your interventions?
Okay, the network came about more than 10 years ago. That's when that's when Rhoda Reddock was Dr. Reddock at the time. She invited myself and another person as members. Well, we came in and met all these lovely ladies there. And next thing you know, we were co-chair of it. And some years passed, and then Fredericka Deare became the chair. Became the coordinator, sole coordinator of the network. It's basically made up of men and women actually, on campus and off of campus who have an interest in research, who have been doing research and translating your research into outreach activities. My focus, because I'm not on campus like a full-time lecturer or anything, I'm a practitioner, I'm out in the field. And therefore, for me, it is important for what is happening here to get outside. In the last 4 years, I would say our research has taken us to work with children. We have been doing a program, we call it the Children Water Program. And basically what we've been doing is that we've been running camps and children workshops outside of the vacation period, which the vacation period we would normally do those things would be the July-August vacation. And then outside of that, during the school year, sometime for World Water Day, and other times during the year, we would run workshops with the kids on water issues. And some of the outputs that we've been working on is having materials that focus on different water topics, but topics that are developing materials that are gender sensitive.
Right.
All right? So that is the focus that has been, or the mandate that I was given by the
committee. Right,
yeah,
right.
to.
How do you find the children responding to the message? Yeah.
It's the experience for us, I would say, it has been an eye-opener. For me in particular, because I've been only working with adults, and the kind of work I do out in the field, you interact more with the parents than the kids, and the kids have a way of translating things that are totally, they see the world totally different to us. And therefore, for them, for boys, for example, I remember in one area, when you ask them about water, what water means to you, they were all into the games of water, playing with water, right? While the girls, it was something else. It was, bathing and cleaning and all of that, and the boys were concentrating more on the leisure aspects of water. So, as I said, for us it has been an eye-opener, just looking at the way how kids relate to our environment that is different to us. One of the things that they do is that they put plays on. We did one year when the theme was climate change. We did a climate change play in Ikakas. And the kids, the way how they translated climate change and what has been happening, because you know in that peninsula they have been losing a lot of coastal area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for them it means the loss of
Land.
water also translates into the loss of land for them, right? And whereas a kid in Matlot where we were, it's about fishing, it's the river, because their whole lifestyle revolves around that Matlot River. For kids in Beach, rainwater harvesting is very important. So they find when they're talking about river, talking about water, they're talking about rainwater harvesting, even the Nariva swamp, which is in their backyard as well.
Right. And I'll end with a more generalized question. In Trinidad and Tobago, what would you say is our attitude towards water as a natural resource and even just the environment generally? What would you say is our attitude at this time?
What do I say? I think it's promising. I think there's a realization that water is not forever. It is and it isn't, especially the form that we humans have to use it, which is the freshwater form. I think there's a 2010 when we had that dry season, that bad dry season, remember that? I think the country as a whole woke up to the fact that my water could run out. And since then, we have seen proliferation of programs and projects dealing with water. So I think awareness is there, but translation into behavior is another thing.
Right.
I still don't think that we make the connection as a people that the garbage we throw out end up in the Gulf or in our rivers, or the kind of dumping that we're doing, that it's affecting us in all ways and aspects of our lives, right? Another thing that we get that is amazing to me is that when I tell people that I focus on gender and water, and they say, gender and water? What's that? Because, you know, they don't see the link.
Yes, right, yes.
And I often say, in terms of water, the only thing that man and woman do similarly with water is that we drink it. All right?
Yeah.
Everything else, in my mind,
Yes.
my perception is that it's different. And therefore, we have to take that into consideration when we're going forward.
Yes.
And looking at water.
And its use and
Yeah,
sustainability.
and the way we manage it.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Same here.